GLP-1 stands for glucagon-like peptide 1. It's a hormone in your body that it naturally produces, mainly in the gut. GLP-1 receptor agonists, medications like semaglutide, which you might know as Ozempic or Wegovy, are drugs that mimic that hormone and keep you full for longer. Now, in the UK, Wegovy was approved by the NHS for weight loss management in adults with obesity. Now, the demand for this, as you can imagine, has been extraordinary, and the results for people have been genuinely life-changing. But, and this is a significant but, the medication doesn't work in isolation. What you eat whilst you're on the medication really does matter, not just for results, but for feeling well, avoiding muscle loss, protecting your lean mass, and also making sure that your body is actually getting all the nutrients that it needs. So I wanted to talk to you about the first few weeks when you start taking the medication and what it can actually feel like, because a leaflet isn't quite the same hearing someone tell you about it, because I've worked with many different clients on GLP-1s. So first of all, your appetite will drop mainly in the first few weeks, and this can be a bit disorientating. Most people notice a significant reduction in appetite within the first few days. Not everyone though, but a lot of people do. And also that you don't think about food as much, particularly people who have struggled with food noise, as they call it. And that becomes a bit of a revelation that you're not constantly thinking about food. And it can mean eating is something that you don't enjoy as much, which again is a big change in a lot of people's lives. Now, this can also mean that you're not eating enough, and here's where it can get tricky, because you do need to keep your body nourished. The second thing I want to talk to you about is nausea, because it's a really common side effect in the first few weeks, and it tends to get worse after eating, particularly if you eat a big portion, which I would advise not to. Things that are high in fat, fried food, junk food, that tends to really induce nausea. You've really got to think about nourishing your body with protein, fiber, and healthy fats, and that's going to really help with the nausea. Certain things like crisps, biscuits, they're just not going to feel good when you eat them. Another thing that's been reported widely is fatigue in the first few weeks, so feeling really tired. Now, especially if you're not eating enough, because your appetite's dropped, so you're significantly eating less, so therefore you haven't got the energy that you did have because you're not getting enough calories. So again, this is why nutrition goes hand in hand with taking a GLP-1, because you need to keep your body full of the macro and micronutrients. One of the other things that you might have heard online or in general in life, people who are on the GLP-1 medication, is the thing about muscle loss, and that is a real concern. Studies have shown muscle loss for some people on a GLP-1. So that's why, even if you've never done any form of weight training, it's a really good time to start strength training now, especially if you're a woman who's